All right, we all like hunting Easter eggs, right? I mean, even as an adult, we like hunting Easter eggs, right, preacher?
Yes, sir.
What do we find in Easter eggs? Why do we like hunting Easter eggs? What do we find inside of them? Candy. What's some other things we might find inside of Easter? Money. I mean, even as adults, we like candy and money. So everybody likes hunting Easter eggs. But there's always that one Easter egg that's the biggest and greatest prize egg, right? It might have the best candy, the biggest bills, whatever. I think I have found that Easter egg. And I'm wanting to open it with y'all. What do y'all think might be inside of this egg? Ben's already been taking guesses all morning. Y'all got any guesses? What's y'all's favorite candy? Maybe sit here. What's your favorite candy? I'll give it to you. Skittles? Chocolate? Should we open it and see what's inside of it? It's empty. Y'all know what else was empty? The tomb. Why was the tomb empty, Richard?
Jesus was risen.
He is risen.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So I told the preacher I'd come in here, I said, man, it's got that new church smell, right? You know, like the new car stuff. But basically, I appreciate the opportunity to come speak to you this morning. The preacher asked me a few weeks ago would I do this. And of course, like y'all know, if you don't know who I am, I'm Bruce Brock. You know, I'll talk to you all day, every day. But when you start getting to the Bible, you know, that's where I struggle. But, you know, going back and forth to work, thinking, praying, doing stuff, I heard a little podcast or a little reel that made me think. I said, you know, that makes sense. I never thought about it that way. So I said, well, what verse of the Bible can I apply this to? Coming from law enforcement, and I lost my one person that Braden may know, but my one person that would understand is, coming from the Highway Patrol, there was a charge, 56-5, 15-20, too fast for conditions. Didn't matter what you done, we could apply that law to you. Okay? So I said, all right, what's in the Bible is my 15-5, 25, 15-20? Well, John 3:16, right? So, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. I said, okay. So then the reel was talking about when you pass, you're standing at the gate and you're asked, okay, you're here, we got you this far. What did you do there to get you in there? And I said, oh, well, I started thinking, right? Well, you know, we all know there's one way, and that's accept, believe, and confess, right? Period. But you start thinking, well, hey, but I was in church every Sunday. Well, that ain't gonna get me through the door. Well, I treated people right. Well, that ain't gonna get me through the door. You know, I done what I was supposed to do. I minded. I you know, just I, right? That's all I could think of was I. I can't get me through the door, but Jesus can.
Come on.
Okay? So, I thought about this and how to apply this to Easter. And basically, like I said, nothing I can do alone can get me in there, but with him I can do all. We have an opportunity based on the sacrifices that he made. He came here. You know, for all this to play out, he had to come back, right?
Yes.
Not only did he come back, because that wasn't going to get us there. That wasn't going to make a heaven for us. But he had to go to the cross. But that still didn't fulfill the obligation. That still didn't get any of us into heaven. But when he arose again,
Yes.
that fulfilled it all.
Yeah.
That opened the door for all of us
Come on, preach it.
to go in there. So we have that. So like I said, without him coming in and walking with us, the people, and us believing, you know, we don't have that opportunity. We alone, I alone, cannot do this.
Yes.
But like I said, and you'll hear it, I believe it, with him, I can get up here and talk today.
Come on.
This is not me, okay? But he's allowed me to come up here and do this. So, like I said, I appreciate the few minutes you give me. It made sense in my head. I hope it made sense to you all. But thank you for the opportunity.
Man, praise the Lord. Thank you so much.